Namaste viewers, welcome to Gnanadevula channel. Today we will try to understand the meaning of Shokanāśanaḥ. Shokanāśanaḥ is one of the names which appears in Vishnu Sahasranama. Shokanāśanaḥ means basically it is destroyer of sorrows. Not only in its literal sense, but through deeper sense also, Shokanāśanaḥ is discussed from Vedantic and scriptural lenses also. It speaks that Shokanāśanaḥ is destroyer of the sorrows. Now, let us go through this word in detail, but before we go to the details, I request you to please like, share and then subscribe to my channel. Please post your comments after listening to the video completely, going through the video completely. Now, basic meaning of Shoka. Shoka is sorrow or grief. Nāśanaḥ in Sanskrit means destroyer, eliminator. So, it means the one who destroys grief, one who destroys the sorrow. This is interpreted as Lord Viṣṇu as the supreme being, he destroys the mental and emotional afflictions of his devotees. Even the scriptures, they all say, Bhagavad Gita says, Teṣām ahaṁ samuddhartā mṛtyu-saṁsāra-sāgarāt. For those who worship me, those who believe me, those who come to me with total devotion, I deliver them from remove the sorrow of this birth and death. That is what Bhagavad Gita says. In the Vishnu Purāṇa also, Vishnu padam, paramam, shokanasanam. The Vishnu pada, where the abode of Vishnu is the destroyer of the sorrow. That is how it is described. Now, there are other interpretations also. So now, what is sorrow? Sorrow is born of ignorance. Shokanāśanaḥ as the remover of avidya. See, because Vedanta teaches that the grief, shoka, is not inherent in the world, but it arises due to avidya, ignorance of our true self. This is how it is interpreted. Vishnu as Brahman removes this ignorance through jnana, that is self-knowledge. When you know who you are, sorrow disappears, just as darkness disappears with the rising sun. This is how it is to be looked at through Vedantic angle. Here, the Shokanāśanaḥ isn't merely the emotional comforter, but the very awakening force within you that destroys sorrow by destroying your false identification with the body and mind. This is how it is to be understood from the Vedantic perspective. So, he is also a destroyer of bhava shoka, grief of repeated birth, bhava shoka. Shoka in the deepest sense refers to the dukkha, that is unhappiness of samsara, the weariness from repeated births, deaths, attachments and losses. Vishnu as mukti-prada, one who gives liberation, shatters this endless cycle for the one who surrenders to him. This is from the bhava shoka, destroyer of bhava shoka. This sorrow is subtle that most don't even recognize it, but the one who wakes up to this existential fatigue finds in Vishnu that the ultimate rest. This is how it is taken. Now, sorrow as duality also. Vishnu as Advaita Darshana. Sorrow begins when there is two things, I and you, subject and object, gain, loss, pain and no pain. This duality is the root of all grief. See, when there is one, there is no. See, you are one with everything. Then there is no grief. So the Supreme Lord, He gives you this Advaita Darshana, one who grants the vision of non-duality, makes you realize there is nothing apart from me. There's no shoka, there's no this thing. It is absolute bliss. That way it is shown. It is to be understood. Shokanāśanaḥ is the destroyer of not just emotion, but of perceived separation also. So, which is the womb of all emotional suffering, which is the root cause for all emotional suffering. Now, Shoka from time also. Vishnu as the timeless. Most grief stems from change, impermanence, and fear of loss. If there is no change, if there is anybody and everybody would resist change. So, this is a grief. Grief stems from change, impermanence, and fear of loss, all time-based emotions. Vishnu is Sankalpa Vivarjitaha, free from all temporal limitations. He is not at all temporarily. He is limitless. So when you rest in this eternal Nitya, sorrow which belongs to the time cannot touch you. So you are away from the time. Therefore, time doesn't. Things that happen during the time, they don't hurt you, and then that grief doesn't come to you. So he destroys sorrow by dissolving your identity as a temporal being. Of course, bhakti as the path to sorrowlessness. For devotees, for bhaktas, sorrow is lifted not by logic but by love, affection, devotion, bhakti. One who constantly chants the Lord's name, even unknowingly, is purified and freed from sorrow. We see a lot of such incidences and a lot of such stories. So Vishnu becomes Shokanāśanaḥ by melting that heart, not by solving problems, but by transforming the person itself. The problems will be there, but the way you look at it, it changes, and then you don't feel sorrow about it. Shoka of the ego also. Vishnu as ego dissolver. You can see that. The ego, ahaṁkara, that suffers, that ego suffers because it feels it is the doer, it is the controller, it is the sufferer. See, I decide that I think that I have to do that. When that doesn't happen, you feel sorrow. But when you think that I am not the doer, it is being done on its own. And the Lord is the commander for this. This ego, false ego, is gone. The Lord destroys this false ego and reveals the Atman, which is untouched. This is why Vishnu says in the Gita, the self kills not, nor is killed. So Vishnu as Shokanāśanaḥ doesn't tamper the ego. He annihilates it. He destroys it. So to invoke Vishnu as Shokanāśanaḥ is to prepare to let go of all false beliefs, identities, desires. It is to say, I am tired of being small. Take me to the real. I am tired of doing all these small things. Take me. So the essence is Vishnu is Shokanāśanaḥ not just because he comforts our pain, but because he awakens us from the illusion that caused it. He doesn't give you escape. He gives you vision. He doesn't just remove pain. He removes you. The pained false self. He removes that pained false self, he removes it. So viewers, with this explanation on Shokanāśanaḥ, we conclude this episode. I hope this was quite informative and then inquisitive. Please like, share and then subscribe to our channel. Thank you viewers for your valuable time in listening to this. Thank you.